Okay, Connection TV turi mu gihugu cy'Uburusiya, turi mu mujyi wa St Petersburg, twicaye ahantu hari kubera inama ihuza igihugu cy'Uburusiya n'umugabane wa Afrika, ubwo n'ibihugu bitandukanye byo ku mugabane wa Afrika, ariko hari amastandi menshi atandukanye arimo kuba agaragaza inyungu abanyafrika bashobora kugirira ku Burusiya, mbese ubufatanye bushobora kuba hagati y'Uburusiya ndetse na Afrika. Ubu ngubu ahangaha ni kuri stand yateganyirijwe amakaminuza, turi kuri kaminuza yigisha ibijyanye na tekinoloji. Ubu muri aka kanya ndi kumwe n'uyu mugabo cyangwa se umusore mubona, ubwo ngiye guhindura ururimi, ibyo tuza kuba tuganira muraza ku byumva cyangwa se mutabyumva ndaza kubibasobanurira mu buryo bwimbitse. Right now I'm with this gentleman. What I know is from Nigeria. Please, I would like you tell us your name.
Okay, my name is Ritso Mbwanche, and like you said, I'm from Nigeria, and I'm a student in Electrotechnical University, in St. Petersburg Electrotechnical University, and I'm actually in my third year PhD in electronics, micro and nano electronics.
You are doing a PhD?
Yes, yeah.
Great, you are still young and you are invested.
Yeah, well, it's been a nice journey. I actually started my bachelor's from this same university. It's 2010, and then after that I did my master's, then went back home, and then that's back to Nigeria. I'm actually a lecturer in Nigeria, so I'm here for just for my PhD.
To go back. That's what I wanted. So you see, we people in Africa are saying that youth and young people, when they get a chance, if I call it a chance, of leaving their country, going abroad, they don't want to get back. How do you feel if you hear about it?
Well, I would like to tell them that you don't have any home. Africa is your home, and no matter how long you go out, your home, you can't leave your root. And I have the mindset of get the knowledge you need, get the skills you need, go back home and make your home a home. And so I always say that my life, for example, after my master's, I deliberately wanted to go home. And right now I'm a lecturer, and how I lecture my students is quite somehow similar to the Russian system. The aim is for them to understand, not just to pass through the school. I try to make them love the course, understand how it applies to them, and so I also develop myself to see how I can make learning back home easy.
Do you see is any chance in Africa? I want you to make a comparison between gap of chance to the work in Africa and even here in Russia. So our youth, our young people got open their mind to see what is going on the market.
Well, in Africa, what I believe is there's a lot of room for improvement, and it's a virgin land, and what we need right now is youth with ideas. About the funds, about the finances, it will come, but at the moment we need to develop a generation of youth that have ideas, and that ideas will always look for ways to express itself. And so I think there's a big market in Africa, and I think going out to places like this is for you to get skills. For you to get skills, because there are certain skills that you can't get them all in Africa, because you need practical experiences also. And so you come here, you get the skills, you get the knowledge, you get connections also, so that you can actually go back home and make things better. And actually, I think if anybody has a chance to leave the country, he should leave the country with a mindset to develop his skills, to come back home. And not just to leave the country and then look for opportunities outside and not thinking of how to actually impact the people back home. And so, like, for example, with the skills I have back home when I was there, I try to create time for my students to explain to them about the opportunities out there and how to make use of their time back in Nigeria. you know, sometimes until you get some exposures before you can know what to do. So I think the youth should understand that there's so much they can do in technology. There's actually so much they can do. Yeah.
Yesterday, President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, was delivering a message about what they are planning to work with Africa. And people outside there are saying that Africa is changing their colony, those who are colonizing them in such a way. So what do you think about the cooperation and the relationship of Africa and Russia?
Well, I'm for that. You know, I was actually surprised when I got to realize that most countries that were colonized by France were still paying something like dues and depended so much heavily on the countries that colonized them. I never understood the depth until I actually met people from like Congo, Cameroon, who told me that. And then I think the Western world in general and the world have to see Africa as a whole. We should be treated in the same level. We should be treated as people who, if given the opportunity, can probably do better than actually what is in the Western world. Because Africans, we are smart. Africans, we are actually smart. And probably, I think our government, I'm sorry to say, but our government are actually doing a lot of disservices to us. Because if we get the opportunities, I think Africa itself will develop and bring new ideas. By the way, I always have this mindset of for Africa to catch up sometimes with the world, we have to start thinking of our own technology, something that has a root in us. There are things that when it's innate in you, it comes natural, it expresses itself natural. And so I believe that as Africa, we should be able to break free from our slavery and be able to come up with something that is innate, that is African in nature. But at the moment, for that to happen, yes, we will need the basic exposure, the basic knowledge and technology, because if you want to invent something, you need to know what is there already. Then from what is there, you can now bring out something. Because there's actually nothing new in this world. We only build from whatever it is. So I think it's a good idea that for us, Africa, to become what we want to be, we must break free from our colonialism. We must break free from that mindset of slavery. We must realize that we must pursue knowledge, and the thing is that what's happening in Africa, that we are breaking free, is because of knowledge. Knowledge always wants to express itself. Knowledge always seeks to express itself. And so there is no how you can have the knowledge, the skills, the ability, and it will remain dormant. Even when you don't know, it stirs up in you. It stirs up in you. So we may not see the changes right now as we want, but the little changes we are seeing is because of the knowledge that we are beginning to get. It will always express itself. Yeah.
Getting to the end, I would like you to tell me, we are smart in Africa, as you've said. We have minerals, you have everything, but many countries are poor. Do you think the problem is mindset, leadership, or it's a matter of time? What do you think?
I'm somebody who loves leadership. I study leadership a lot. And I have a mindset, and I believe that everything rises and falls on leadership. Hey, I believe that, although I'm working on myself at the moment, but there's a point where I believe that I can confidently say, give me 10 people. They don't need to be smart or whatever. Just give me 10 people who are ready to learn. And I'm telling you, give me probably 10 years, you will see leaders. I believe leaders give birth to leaders. The problem we have in Africa is not mineral resources. We have it surplus. We are enriching the world. The problem we have is leadership. Why do I say that? Leaders give birth to leaders. So the fact that we don't have leaders is because the leaders we have don't know how to make leaders. A leader is selfless. A leader is focused about the people. If a leader wants to do his work and live so that people grow. But you find that in Africa, our leaders are always there. They are, you know, they just want to they are selfish, most of them. And so I believe that everything rises and falls on leadership. As a leader, you can't give any excuse. The buck ends on your table. No matter the excuse, it finally ends on your table. So if we have leaders who are ready to take responsibility, not start blaming the previous the previous governments, blaming this and this. No. Make it your aim that you are accountable. I love that word, accountability and responsibility. Take full responsibility for everything that happens. If what I'm handling is going bad, I take full responsibility over it. That will make me begin to think of solution. But the moment I have excuse, I don't think about that again because it's your fault. So it's not me. But I, as a leader, I always love to take full responsibility of whatever I have, so that I can think of how to develop it.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you so much. I think that was enough. And can we talk about this universe a little bit? If there are chances that people from Africa can get it, like scholarships and things like that?
Yes, we have some flyers here, and we have like preparatory courses where people can take maths, physics, IT, and basic Russian language. Now, this is to prepare them so that they can now take an exam. So actually, this preparation is free, it's online for a period of like 3 months. And then after that, students who are good can participate in, they call it, in a competition called Olympiad. And from then, they can be able to be enrolled in the university. For the undergraduate, actually, most of the courses are in Russian, quite all right. But these preparatory courses that I spoke about online, we have them in English, in French, in Spanish, and in Portuguese also. But apart from that, we also have a master's degree and PhD degree in English, basically actually in English. And then courses that have to do with, we also have actually one new program that we have, new generation of electronic component base, and also focusing on energy and power. Sorry, on green energy, renewable green energy. Yes, and so with that we have English masters and English PhD. Although I am actually doing Russian PhD. Because I can speak the language, and I also choose to like study that. So we also have bioengineering, photonics, and then these English programs are also on scholarships. Yeah, they're also on scholarships.
So I think people outside there, they can approach their embassies, Russian embassies there, yes, so that they get more information.
Yes. There's actually a quota for many African countries. So you can always get information on how to get to the university.
Thank you so much, brother, and I wish you the best. Okay. Right, mbashimire cyane rero mwe mwabanye natwe mwakoze cyane. Ni Connection TV turimo turareba ese biba bimeze gute hanze aha, niki twageraho kivuye muri twebwe nk'abanyafrika. Mwakoze kubana natwe. Nduwiringimana Patience.